Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today, let's take a look at the 2026 Nissan Frontier Pro 4X. This model is finished off in tactical green metallic. With the premium and convenience package, it pushes the MSRP up to just under $49,000. So this is basically the top trim level. There is a Pro 4X R that I have not seen in person yet, but with the Pro 4X, this has the 3.8 liter naturally aspirated V6. This is paired to a 9-speed automatic transmission, and it pumps out 310 horsepower, 281 pound-feet of torque. This will do 0 to 60 in 7.5 seconds, and as far as ground clearance goes, you're looking at 8.6 inches. Now for this Pro 4X, the off-road version for this mid-size truck, this has skid plates underneath to give you that added protection, and the Pro 4X comes with a lot of orange accents. You will see that throughout the exterior as well as the interior. There's also a sensor for distance pacing. You get a forward camera and then some cutouts and these neat trim accents just above the grille. Now there's also LEDs for all of the lighting, and then a high clearance design for the bumper, so that way it helps better with the approach angle. And then there's a few lines that come down the hood to give it a nice look. Now with the Pro 4X, this also comes with the Bilstein suspension and the 17-inch wheels, which have a Pro logo along with orange for the Nissan badge there. Now there's also plastic for the fender arches. There's body colored mirrors, which have a camera underneath them. And then there's a sunroof up top, and this model here has the short bed. The Pro 4X has the option of going with the long bed, just depending on if you need that extra space or not. This also has a high clearance exhaust on that passenger side. There's LEDs, you'll notice a backup camera, parking sensors, body colored bumper caps there. And then depending on the trim level, the Pro 4X can tow around 6,800 pounds. If you don't get the Pro 4X, it can increase from there. You'll notice this neat gray trim accent running throughout the tailgate too. And then with one of those packages, it provides it with the spray and bed liner and the tie down channels. So that way you can place in some items in the back. You have a cargo outlet in the back. There's also an outlet so you can power some items, and you can place some tools or some items back here. It kind of helps so they don't roll around or anything, which is neat to see. And this truck also has remote start, so you can use the remote and the key fob for that as needed. Now as we work our way to the interior, you'll notice more of the orange accents. There's some storage, the Fender audio, which is a part of one of those packages, and then you'll notice more orange for the seats. Now with this model, you can also flip up both of these seats. With the Fender audio, that sub takes up this storage, but you get storage underneath the opposite too there. You might be able to fit a tow strap or something behind the seats. You have some of the spare tire components, so the seats are adjustable like that. And then at 5'10", it's pretty cramped like any other mid-sized truck. You have some auxiliaries down below. I have about an inch or so of headroom, and right in the middle, there's an armrest with cup holders and a manual sliding rear glass. Now these seats sit up pretty upright, so they don't recline or anything. I could ride around town. Long road trips might be a little uncomfortable, but if you're just looking for the extra space and usability, they're definitely nice to have. Now you have window controls, the side mirror adjustments, some more orange accents, and plenty of storage down below. And then Pro 4X is on the front seats here with more of the orange stitching. And as we hop in and start this up, you'll notice more orange accents. On the right side, there's your cruise control settings. Left side, there's voice commands. You have Bluetooth, volume, and then some adjustments to go through the digital screen. So the left and the right is going to be fixed, but you have a lot of information within this screen that you can go through. So depending on what you would like to get into, you can easily pull all of this up and have all the vitals ready to go as needed. Now on the left, there's a tow mode, dimmer switch for the gauges. You have power to that outlet in the bed. There's also some of the standard safety features that you can turn on and off. There's a cargo light where the third brake light is, and then traction control and a locking rear diff. There's one air vent, storage up top, and then with the infotainment system, half of it is the screen and half is the clock here for this current layout. Now you can go through the home screen here with all of these widgets. You can even customize how you want all of this to be shown, what you would like to have there as well, and you can customize the split for the screen. So it doesn't have to be the clock on that right side, which is nice. You do have some controls down below as well to make it easier, and it is touchscreen of course, so you can easily go through all of those options. There's volume and tuning, and then a camera button right in the middle. So with the vehicle in park, you can go through a few different settings there. You'll notice Frontier underneath that, and then you have temperatures, fan speed, where you'd like the air to go, some defrosters as well. There's an auxiliary on the passenger side, and then 4-wheel drive on this driver's side. There's also an engine start-stop, so you can use that as needed. This has heated seats, a heated steering wheel, parking sensors, some auxiliaries, and storage. There's also 2 cup holders, and then when you put it into reverse, you can bring up the camera system again, and then you can go through a few different angles. You can also do this in drive, so now we can pull up a few of these angles as well, which is nice. Now, if I put the vehicle into neutral, I can put it into 4 high, and this is going to allow us to go through these settings here. So you have a downhill assist right in the middle, and then you can push on these settings here, depending on the terrain that you would like to go in. From there, of course, you would put into drive or reverse, and you are on your way. But since we are on the pavement, we'll put it back into 2-wheel drive, and you will be ready to go for your on-road setting. Now, there's wireless charging along with storage, a locking glove box, garage door buttons, a sunglass holder. There's dome lights and controls for the sunroof. The sunshade is manually adjusting. And then with a look at visibility, pickups really don't have any blind spots since the glass is right there. It's really easy to see all around. So there's no driving modes for this model for on-road, but you can shift using the shifter here. So if I pull it towards myself, that is to downshift, and then pushing it forwards is to upshift. So here we go. And this is not a sports car by any means, but the shifter there seems to be pretty responsive. It's going to be something that is more beneficial for towing or if you are going off the pavement. So you can hold the gear and utilize it for those situations. You could get up to speed and use it if you wanted to, but it is really mainly for those situations. But this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for the Nissan Frontier. Definitely good outlook from the driver's seat here in terms of visibility and being able to easily place that passenger side there. You have the hood lines as well to help you out. And while this isn't a backroads type of vehicle, while we are on this road, it seems to handle very nice for this truck. Now I will say with the Frontier, it's one of the few trucks as well that has hydraulic steering, which does make it a little bit tighter and stiffer compared to the electronic systems in other vehicles. When I compare it to my personal Toyota Tacoma, it is definitely much stiffer, and to me that would be a personal preference. A lot of people seem to enjoy it from the comments from previous Frontier videos. I think it's a little bit stiff, especially in parking lot situations. Trying to make a tighter turn, it is a little bit on the stiffer side. And then as we talk about what it's like in some of these inclement weather conditions, you have the 4-wheel drive, of course, that will keep you safe in those situations. But the hydraulic steering to me is something to get used to, but it does make the turning radius a little bit wider than some of the other competitors that I've been able to drive and check out. But on turns like this, I could see it being beneficial just to get a little bit tighter of a feel in some of those situations. But it's definitely a nice place to be. Super comfortable as well. I will say some other tech features that maybe would be nice to see. There's no digital rear view mirror, and that rear glass is manual. So it would be nice to see both of those, maybe as an option if it's just not something you're looking to get. But I know with the Frontier platform, this is a vehicle that is simple. It's kind of more of a basic truck with reliability at the same time. Having that NA engine, you still get a large screen here, but you have all these buttons here, kind of less electronics, if you will say. So I know a lot of people do like those aspects to it as well. And so it's a good option in the midsize truck world. And that is going to wrap it up. So we'll talk about the turning radius real quick there. It's a little bit wide there. But that is going to wrap it up for the 2026 Nissan Frontier Pro 4X. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a huge thumbs up and consider smashing that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with our daily uploads. And I will see you all in the next video.